Hi friends, welcome to Aishusdiy. Today we will do a bracelet project with this beautiful beads that we got from GGC treasure bag, the 4th edition, and these are faceted elongated beads, and I really like them. They have that rainbow color, and it's really sparkly and nice. And I'm going to use some, so this, since it has that rainbow hue, you can use purple, green or pink or anything you want. I want to use this bright purple. I just kind of liked it. I don't know why, but I really liked it. So I'm just going to use these. These are Lebanon seed beads, I believe. Um, but these are little bit bigger than what to say, bigger than the regular check glass Lebanon. It just feels that way. It's just my feeling. And I have here some wildfire. It's by mistake I cut 0.008, but that's okay. It's good to have the 8 pound than the 6 pound, because this is a very dainty bracelet, and you don't have to go through a lot of times. So I'm going to take my tweezer nose pliers and I'm flattening this thread out, if you can see that. So that's how I thread my needle. I have here size 12 beading needle, and I'm just going to thread the needle through that. It goes very easily that way, and then I pull the thread in. So I have here a wingspan of thread. A wingspan is if you stretch your arms out from one end of the tip of your finger to the other end. That's how a wingspan works. So I have that much, and then I have here 2 wire guardians or wire protector, whatever you want to call these. These are called wire guardians or wire protectors. You can get it as a like a set of these, like for a couple of dollars. And I have here a small magnetic clasp. We do have clasp with the treasure bag. We did receive a toggle clasp, really nice one. You can use that if you want to, but I think this is a dainty bracelet, so this magnetic clasp would work for that. So what I'm going to do is pick up 2 of the seed beads. Okay, and a wire protector or wire guardian. Go through one end of this loop here, just like that. There is a loop here and a channel in the middle, so I'm going through one end of the loop in the wire guardian, bring it down. Okay, leave about a 6-inch tail, okay, so that you can weave that in, and then you add your magnetic clasp, one end of your magnetic clasp, into this wire guardian. So it's a little bit tricky, because it just kind of your magnetic clasp kind of stick together. So in here you can also add toggle clasp that came with the treasure box, or some reason this one is not going through. Yeah, there we go. So I'm just going to slip this through the wire protector, take my other end needle, go through this clasp, bring it over here, and then go through the loop of the wire protector on the other side. So this is what it is. Now pull this so that you have a short tail of 6-inch, and then you take 2 more beads and drop it down. pick up a 11 and then go through. So I have 2 beads on either side. Okay, I'm picking up 11 and I'm going through the 2 beads on the other side. My thread is coming out of this side, my right hand side. I'm going through where the tail end is. So I'm going through again the 2 beads and the loop in the wire guardian. Okay, the loop in the wire guardian and then through the magnetic clasp loop. Okay, and back through the wire guardian loop on the other side and the 2 seed beads. Okay, this is what I have. My thread is coming out of here. I'm going into this center seed bead. Basically I did reinforce once completely. This is what I have so far. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to move these a little bit over here and then zoom in a bit more so that you can see clearly. So this is where I have. I'm gonna pick up 4 seed beads. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1 of this crystal. Okay, and then I'm gonna pick up 5 11 seed beads. Okay, and 1 of this crystal. This is what I'm gonna pick up. So 4 of the seed beads and 1 of the crystal, and 5 of the seed bead and 1 of the crystal. This is my beads. My thread is coming out against me or on the left. I'm going to go from the right, so I make a full circle. I'm going to go from the other side and then pull through. This is what I have so far. So what I do now is I flip my work and then go through the adjacent 4 beads. My thread is coming out of the center bead here wherein we crisscrossed. So my thread, and I'm going to go through the other 4 beads and the crystal and 1 seed bead. Okay, first we will go through the 4 beads and the crystal. And then go through that 1 seed bead on the top. This is what we have right now. My tail thread is here. Don't worry about the tail thread. We can thread it later and then tie knots. So this is my pattern. So now I have 5 seed beads here and 4 seed beads here. That's the pattern that will be a little bit different for you to pick up. So you alternate the pickup. So now my thread is exiting out here, which is away from me. Okay, and then there is seed beads over this side where my thread is exiting. So whenever my thread is exiting out of a seed bead, I pick up a crystal first. Okay, and then 5 seed beads. So there is a difference in how many beads you pick up each time. There is 5 and 4 in one unit, right? So you pick up a crystal, you pick up 5, and then you pick up a crystal, and then you pick up 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, crystal 5, crystal 4. Drop it down to your work, and then my thread is exiting away from me. Okay, now I will come back and go through the same direction with my needle. That will bring all of these beads in a loop. Can you see that? So it differs every time. This is one unit and this is another unit. So one unit, the first unit, second unit. So the X and Y pattern, the X pattern and the Y pattern. So you pick up differently in each pattern. Now what you do after you come back through and make a loop, you flip your work and go through the adjacent. So my thread is coming out here. So I go through the crystal and seed beads. Actually, you have to go through all the seed beads, all 5 seed beads, but you can do it a couple at a time as well. Sometimes your thread might get tangled. Just make sure that doesn't happen. So here we go. Again, this is what we have. So when I am looking at it, my thread is going away from me and I have a crystal right next to me. So this time I'm going to pick up 4 seed beads. So this is the X pattern, you can say. 4 seed beads, 1 of this crystal, and then 5 seed beads, and 1 of the crystal. So this is the X pattern. Okay, 4 crystal, 5 crystal. My thread is going away from me and I'm coming back to the same seed bead in order to make a round, and then pull my thread through. Now it comes like this. Then what you do, you flip your work. My thread is coming out of the seed bead. I go through the next adjacent seed beads and the crystal. And then go to the next seed bead to get into position to add the next unit. So this is our X pattern. So now we are going to pick up the Y pattern. So the Y pattern will have, see, my thread is exiting out of a seed bead and there is seed beads I'm seeing here. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to pick up a crystal, 5 seed beads, 3, 4 and 5. A crystal, 5 seed beads, a crystal and 4 seed beads. This is the Y pattern. So drop it down to your work. My thread is exiting away from me. So in order to make a round, I come back through the same seed bead my thread was exiting in the same direction away from me. Okay, and then pull your beads through. Now you flip the work, go back through the crystal and the 5 seed beads. And I'm ready to get into the position to add the next unit. As you can see how this pattern is coming up. I hope you guys like this pattern. You can use any 11 seed beads you have available. I am just using this purple one. I was thinking of using green, a metallic, whichever you have available you can use. So there is X pattern and Y pattern. In X you pick up the seeds in a different pattern, and in Y you pick up the seeds in a different pattern, and you alternate those two. Once you make this couple of units, you will understand the dynamics. So here in one unit we have 4 seed beads, 1 2 3 4 seed beads and 2 crystals on either side, and 1 bead we have extra to actually crisscross. You can think about it like that. So again an X pattern, because X Y X Y. In an X pattern we pick up seed beads first, and you can see the crystal is over here, right where my thread is exiting. Now I know I have to pick up my seed beads first. So 4 seed beads it's going to be first, then a crystal, okay, then 5 seed beads. I knocked it down, sorry. 4 and 5. So 5 seed beads and a crystal. So this is my X pattern. 4 seed beads, crystal, 5 seed beads and crystal, and come back through the same seed bead from the same direction. So now you have this. I flip my work. I go through the next adjacent 4 seed beads and the crystal, and come back. Now I need to get into position by going through the next seed bead. That you can understand. See here there is 5 seed beads, right? 1 2 3 4 5. So you just go through the next one and get into position to add the next unit in your bracelet. You can see the pattern coming up very nicely. Now it's a Y pattern. So in the Y pattern we pick up 1 crystal, okay, 5 seed beads, okay, 1 crystal and 4 seed beads. This is how we pick up in the Y pattern. Now go through the same seed bead from the opposite direction to make a loop. You come around to make a circle or a loop, whichever you want to call. This is what I have so far. Now I flip my work. The thread tension is important, so just try to make it tight, and then go through all the seed beads, all 5 seed beads right here. If you are not able to pass through everything at a time, you can just go through just the one by one, or how much ever you are able to go through, and then you can eventually come back. So X Y X Y X Y, and now again X. So in the X pattern what you pick up is 4 seed beads, okay, 1 2 3 4 seed beads first, a crystal, and then 5 seed beads. Okay, and then a crystal. This is our Y pattern. 4 crystal and 5 crystal, and then come back through the same seed bead, and then continue this pattern for the length of your bracelet. So I strung all the beads, and it measures about, say, 6 3/4 of an inch. So I need to take into account this as short space also. So it will be 7 inch. So 7 inch, and since I have a magnetic clasp, I would just want it to be snug against my wrist. So I'm making a 7 inch bracelet here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 even units we have. So I pick up 2 seed beads, okay, and the wire guardian or wire protector. I go through one end of the loop of the wire protector, okay. I drop it down, take my clasp end, so the other clasp, right, the other end of the clasp. I didn't remove it, I am just using it like that, but right now we can remove this one end of the magnetic clasp and add it through this. Wire protector, and then you put your needle also down here. Bring it all the way down, and you have this. Go through the other loop of the wire protector. Pick up 2 more seed beads. Okay. And you come back through the 1 seed bead that we have here. Just like so. Okay. On top of the last unit that we added. When you pull everything through, this is how it should look like. So now you flip the work. I like to flip the work because I am right-handed and it is convenient for me to go through the beads this way. I go through the beads, I go through the loop in the wire protector. I'll zoom in a little bit more. Okay. And then go through this loop of the magnetic clasp. And then go through the wire protector loop on the other side and the 2 seed beads. Pull your thread through. This is what we have now. Then go through the next seed bead right here, the one from our unit. So I have reinforced twice, so I'm okay with the clasp. Now I go through all of the beads. When we are doing our units, we would have gone through the unit in one by 1.5 loops. So 1 loop completely, and then we'll go to the half loop to add to the next unit. So now we'll go down the bracelet in the other half. So I came through here, so I will go through here. And then come back through the seed bead right here in the middle. I'm retracing my path. If you want, I don't remember whether I took a 10 or a size 12 beading needle. You can go down a size of your beading needle when you're doing this, because the only place that it's going to be little bit hard to pull through is through this 11 seed bead right here in the middle, because we have been going through a couple of times through that. So while going down through here, you can also if your needle is not coming, use your pliers to pull through. You can also do half-inch knots and secure it so that your bracelet is nice and tight for you to wear it. So we have used 8-pound fire line, so that's also much thicker than the 6-pound, so that's also a plus to this. So you don't have to reinforce it again and again, and you can start making your half-hitch knots. So where I would do my half-hitch knot is right next to a crystal. That's where I will do, so that I can hide the knot. So for example, I'm coming out of this center seed bead here. Okay, I will catch the thread underneath just like so. Okay, push it through, and there is a small loop formed. Don't pull it completely, let the small loop be, and go through the loop with your needle, and now you pull it tight. That's a knot. And go through the next adjacent crystal, so your knot will go inside the crystal and hide itself, and go through the center. And you can also put a knot right here. After the 4 seed beads, you catch hold of the thread and come back through. Make sure the knot falls right in its place and doesn't catch any seed beads or so. Pull it through, and then go through the crystal. Then the knot will be hidden there. Come back through the bead, crystal, the seed beads, I'll do the half-hitch knots and snip off my thread, and then I will thread in my needle in the tail thread, and then I will do the same again coming back through this bracelet. I'll come back once I do that. So now my tail thread and the working thread is right here. So before I do anything, I want to take this opportunity and tie a knot between these two, so that's added security right here. 1 and 2. Then I'll go through the beads. And basically I can snip off this working thread, and then I can there we go. Then take my needle, thread in the tail thread, and do the same. Come back down here and do a couple of half-hitch knots, and that's it. Our bracelet is done. You can also extend this a lot and then make it as a choker. If you make it a longer version of this, you can wear it as a choker necklace, or you can wear it as a bracelet, however you prefer. So this is a tail thread, right? So what I'm going to go ahead and do is I am going to go through the beads right here, So if I'm not able to go through all the beads at a time, I would take my time and go through a couple of beads, and then like 2 beads at a time, and then I go through the crystal. The crystal will have a big enough hole for us to go through, so that should not be a problem. The only thing is the center. We have gone through multiple times in this, so I would just go through this and go back through the crystal. Okay, make sure you don't get caught, your thread is not caught in anywhere else. That happens, and then you will not be able to do anything about it once you tie it. So I just tie a knot, a 1/2 inch knot here. There we go. And then go through these beads. If it is really tight to go through this, you can just snip it off here, because we have tied the working knot and the tail thread with 2 knots over there, and also we did couple of knots here, so that should be good. I really like how this necklace turned out to be. It's very pretty, and I like the color combination, the purple and this. See, it's exactly my size, and I like it a snug fit right here because the design calls for it, and it's very pretty. I really like it. If you guys do like it, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, don't forget to hit the bell icon for notification. I do upload a couple of videos a week, and this is GGC Treasure Box 4th edition beads that we are working with in this bracelet. Thanks so much for watching. You can, if you don't have the treasure bag is, I think, still available, couple of them. You can buy it from ggctreasures.com, or you can order these beads on Gina's website, the website too. You can just order these beads and then you can buy just the beads. Thanks so much for watching. Have a good day. Bye.